Hi, it is Neha, clearly. So I'm hopping on because Taurus season begins tonight at like 10 p.m. And I was talking to Sally Mercedes, and this idea came through. So basically, happy Taurus season. 420 is tomorrow. Earth Day is coming up, and then so is Mother's Day. Those are like big ass Taurus vibes. Basically, because Taurus is all about pleasure. It's all about like feeling into your body. So why would 420 be during Taurus season? Because marijuana enhances your physical experience, right? Earth Day, because Earth, obviously, and then Mother's Day, because Mother Gaia, right? All those jazz. So the thing I wanted to talk about specifically was, hi Debbie, oh my gosh, happy birthday season. Woo! So I wanted to specifically talk about how the conquering of land connects to the Me Too movement, right? So if you look at human history, hi Sarah, oh my God, happy birthday season, girl. Okay, so Taurus rules bodies, like our physical body. Taurus rules land, right? That's why it's Earth Day. And so the opposite of Taurus is Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about sex and boundaries and pushing boundaries and deep things. And then Taurus is like, if you watch Parks and Rec, it's Ron Swanson. He wants his meat and potatoes every single day. He wants his whiskey. Like, he likes that consistency. It's that kind of like bull-esque energy. Does that make sense? Very, he can be really stubborn and everything. So it rules the physical body because the earth doesn't move unless there's an earthquake, which Uranus is moving into Taurus this season, so there might be more earthquakes on the earth, and also science backs up that fact. So, watch out for that. But it's all about physical body and owning your body and having your resources. Does that make sense? Your body is your initial resource. Taurus is a part of our development when we realize, like, oh, I have a body. That's so cool. So why does that link to the Me Too movement? So if you look at human history, people conquer land, right? People in power, they go to land, and the way they claim it is they're like, this is now mine. It's a pattern in history that's been going on forever, because if you have land, then you have a home base, then you have a place where you can mine resources, right? Oil, gas, the state of like fracking, trying to get oil as much as we can. That is crossing the boundaries of the earth, right? Now, when it comes to the Me Too movement, hi Pam, it's women having these bodies, and even men and people of all genders, right? Let's break the dichotomy. People of all genders, primarily on the feminine side, have these bodies that aren't fully theirs. What is communicated is the Scorpio aspect of sex and violence and pushing boundaries, right? How many stories do we hear of Me Too where the lines are kind of blurred, right? We all hear these stories where it's very obvious, like there's a bad guy, there's a good guy, right? There's a bad man did this or whatever, right? There's a lot of these Me Too stories where the lines are blurred. It's like the woman or the person didn't explicitly say no, but they felt their boundaries being crossed, right? So this is like deep. So I'm just kind of like trying to process this and say everything in an eloquent way. So the boundaries are crossed in the physical way. And then in the earth way, the earth doesn't really fight back when people try to take it over. I mean, you could say natural disasters, but whatever, I digress. When you have a history of mostly men conquering over lands and even fighting, killing people, raping, pillaging villages, children, whatever, to get that land so then they could get those resources, and those resources bring what they bring pleasure, right? You want the diamonds, you want the oil, so you can have pleasure, which can come in the form of money, jewels, power, whatever, right? You conquer land for pleasure in a certain way, right? If you look at pleasure and pain as the motivating factors. And then the same thing happens when you take advantage of another human. What are you doing it for? The pleasure of taking advantage. And while rape isn't necessarily always about sex, it's always about power. that is connected, having the power to conquer over another, even if they don't explicitly say no. And this is a really subconscious, unconscious dynamic in our society and in our world. So it's like, that's why there's a lot of these Me Too stories that are kind of blurred in the lines, where it's like, oh, well, she didn't say no, she didn't get up and leave, she drank too much, she whatever, right? She wore a crop top. Oh no. But the truth is, people wearing full burqas are raped. The Pornhub always release their data analytics, and the countries that are more sexually repressed are far more engaged in watching porn online, right? So, this Taurus season, I invite you to be open and to invite pleasure into your life in really healthy ways, right? So 420 is tomorrow, and if you're going to participate, where's the line between pleasure and overindulgence? And I was just talking to Sally about this, how, you can give in to what your senses want, what your urges want. They're not wrong. How do you do it in healthy ways, right? So take that into consideration this Taurus season. And if you have experienced anyone crossing your boundaries, this Taurus season might bring that all up, because Taurus depends on where it is in your chart, of course, but it's all about feeling like you own your body. Hey, Toby. It's all about feeling like you own your resources, own who you are. So Aries, the first sign, is all about like, I have an identity. I am me. I am, right? I am that I am. And then Taurus season goes, ooh, I have legs. I have a face. I have a phone. These are my resources that I can utilize to do things that I want to do, which is where the next earth sign is Virgo, which is where you take the stuff that you have and then you do the things, right? So keep that in mind this Taurus season and honor your boundaries. And if people start to cross them, you can be like, no, well, it's safe to assert myself, so I'm going to say, no, I don't appreciate this. Or, I don't like that you were late. Or, like, I don't think that you should be doing that to me because I don't like it. Or, why aren't you paying me on time, right? All the things. Assert your boundaries because it is safe to do so, and this Taurus season will bring that up. And because Uranus is moving into Taurus, one, I think I mentioned this earlier, watch out for earthquakes. And two, watch out for metaphorical earthquakes in your life. Honor your boundaries. You just posted about this. It is in the collective conscious. Like, I feel like women and like feminine energy is rising, and more people are being really concrete about their boundaries and what they deserve. Do you expect to get taken advantage of? Oh, that's a deep question. But if you expect it, take a look at why that expectation is there in your life. So you can move past it, and then you can expect people to honor your boundaries and treat you right, and in turn, honor other people's boundaries. All right, so I'm going to peace now. Thanks for hopping on with me. We had some fun, and happy Taurus season. Enjoy all the pleasure, all of everything you eat and drink and smoke if that's what you're into. All right. Bye, my friends. Mwah.